Las Vegas, the city of lights, legends, and the ultimate illusions. What you see is engineered to seduce, but what you don't see is set to drain your wallet. Smiling dealers, free drinks, endless jackpots, or is it just hype and hope? Underground corridors of power protect a ruthless business model. Ex-casino insiders are speaking up, and today they spill the dirt Vegas marketing glosses over. Resort fees, overpriced drinks, hidden charges, lies wrapped in luxury. People come for the lights and stay for the traps. Think you're playing the house? The house is playing you. In a city built on bets, who do you think is really winning? This is the dark side of Vegas. 10 casinos and hotels that will empty your wallet. Stay tuned, because after hearing this, you'll never see Sin City the same way again. Bellagio, the crown jewel of the Strip, and a wallet's nightmare in disguise. For all its elegance, insiders say Bellagio is built to bleed you dry. An anonymous ex-Bellagio slot manager confided, "These machines never pay out unless you've been there for hours." Behind the grandeur lurks a startling truth. Bellagio's nightly base price might look reasonable, but add a whopping $55 resort fee, that's over $60 with tax, and suddenly even a cheap suite is anything but cheap. Plus, valet parking is $15, and that fee applies even if you never use any amenities. That $179 per night advertised room suddenly edges near $240 at checkout, before you've gambled a single hand. In fact, resort fees now make up one of the largest revenue sources on the Strip. You're essentially paying more for free Wi-Fi and gym access than for the room itself. One outrage last year involved guests who were shocked by a $500 sushi dinner that carried a 20% automatic gratuity, a charge many thought optional. Complaints poured in after that Bellagio omakase outing, illustrating how even a meal comes with hidden charges that most tourists don't see coming. One young couple's story went viral. They arrived for a lavish weekend honeymoon at Bellagio, only to leave in tears. "We married in Vegas and thought we'd splurge a little," the bride wrote online. "By checkout, I had nothing left but memories, and a massive debt I couldn't pay." Their romantic escape turned into a financial nightmare. One moment they were hitting jackpot after jackpot. The next, writing checks for hidden fees and gambling losses. They never saw the trap until it was too late. A quick grocery store run for snacks became a few bucks at breakfast, and cheap hopes at blackjack turned into a nightmare $5,000 loss. By the time they left, they had drained every cent. Even the casino games here are set against you. Former dealers report Bellagio slot machines are among the stingiest on the Strip, nicknamed the slot graveyard by insiders, meaning your chips can vanish in minutes. Blackjack tables here almost always pay 6 to 5 on blackjacks, doubling the house edge on every hand. Even the loyalty points fall flat. Many guests grind weeks only to earn a free buffet dinner or a $10 slot voucher. One reviewer joked that Bellagio gives you a glass slipper for all your losses, only to see it shattered in fees. Maintenance issues can crop up too. Guests once posted photos of mouldy grout in a spa locker, a stark reminder that even the classiest places have corners. Bellagio may shine under the lights, but it's a carefully engineered mirage meant to empty your pockets. And that, insiders say, is exactly how it was designed. If Bellagio feels expensive now, just wait. The casinos ahead will make even this look cheap. Caesar's Palace, the sprawling empire of excess and hidden scams. Behind its iconic Colosseum facade lurks a darker truth. An ex-Caesar's pit boss admits, "They told us to find one more way to get money out of every guest." In practice, that means endless hidden charges. Caesars now slaps a $62 resort fee on every room, after tax, roughly 1/3 of the base rate gone before you unpack. To put that in perspective, Caesars Entertainment recently reported billions in revenue, with resort fees alone topping over $600 million. Even valet parking adds another $15 a night, and there's a mandatory fitness or phone charge no matter what. Add them all up, and a $179 per night suite suddenly approaches $260 at checkout. No wonder guests joke, "You don't stay at Caesars, Caesar stays with your cash." A recent guest review exemplifies the rage. "We spent our anniversary here and left broke," one user vented online. She described splurging on a fancy suite and dinner only to be blindsided by hidden charges. What was meant to be a celebration became a nightmare. My wife and I sobbed over our empty credit card after losing $2,000 at the tables. And that $2,000 didn't even include the $800 in surprise fees, she wrote. Their story isn't isolated. Enraged patrons share similar tales across forums. One veteran admitted he lost his military pension during a weekend gambling binge at Caesars and got no help. Another couple mentioned finding mold in the bathroom and being charged a cleaning fee for a room that clearly needed one. Complaints about sticky carpets and broken air conditioning also surfaced. For a place that promises everything under the sun, some visitors got everything but clarity. And it doesn't stop at the price tag. Caesars casino floor feels rigged from the moment you sit down. Former dealers report those brightly lit slot machines have some of the lowest return-to-player rates in Vegas, so your money disappears fast. Table games offer brutal odds too. Caesars blackjack tables almost always pay 6 to 5, and the infamous craps tables adopt the 4-10 payoff on hard ways, doubling the house edge on key bets. Even the loyalty program hardly helps. Caesars rewards points trickle in so slowly, you'd need to gamble thousands to earn a free buffet meal. Everyone hears the slogans, but few see the fine print. Caesars Palace may tower above the strip, but for your bank account, it's the fall of an empire. And if you think we're exaggerating, just wait. Things only get steeper from here. MGM Grand, the self-proclaimed entertainment authority that might entertain any way but your wallet. Las Vegas's largest resort had employees laughing. "We might lose you on blackjack, but we sure won't lose the resort fees," one former pit boss said. And they're not kidding. MGM now charges a $50 Nike resort fee, over $56 with tax. Add $8 for the in-room safe, $15 for Wi-Fi, plus $15 for valet. Suddenly that special $59 room is a $100 surprise at checkout. For context, last year MGM Resorts International reported record profits of nearly $3 billion. And insiders say much of that came straight from unsuspecting guests. A guest's review says it best. "We thought $59 for our room was a steal until checkout. Our $200 suite ballooned to $350 after all the add-ons." Imagine their shock. Another visitor, a retired schoolteacher, sobbed outside an ATM after it swallowed her last $500 bill at the slots. "I came with $2,000 savings to enjoy the grand," she wrote online, and left bankrupt and heartbroken. She'd splurged on brunch and bets, only to discover Vegas was built on smoke and mirrors. Rumors even swirl about housekeeping. One traveler photographed mold in the bathroom tiles. By the time you leave, MGM has played you like a fool. And the casino games? Just more traps. Dealers joke MGM slot machines have a built-in suck-you-dry setting. They almost never pay big, especially on weekends. Live tables are no relief. MGM's blackjack is notorious for 6-5 payouts, and many of its craps tables charge 4 to 10 on hardways, doubling the usual vig. Even the loyalty program offers little relief. M-Life players often gamble for days, only to earn a lousy free buffet credit. Guests have posted bewilderment as promotions expire before they can be used. MGM Grand may tower over the strip, but for your bank account, it's a sinking ship. And if you thought that was bad, buckle up. The next casino is where things get truly wild. Wynn Las Vegas, the crown of a desert that often drains your account. This luxurious resort gleams on the strip, but it quietly carves you up. A former bartender at Wynn spilled how even the cocktails got sneaky markups. Wynn charges a $55 nightly resort fee, about $62 with tax, among the highest in Vegas. Add $20 for valet parking, and a $300 suite suddenly feels like a $400 room at checkout. Wynn Resorts reported over $1 billion in profits recently, in part thanks to these hefty fees. A visitor review said it plainly. Wynn crushed our budget. A honeymooning couple splurged on a suite and fine dining, only to be hit with surprise charges. $200 for a steak dinner we never ordered, the husband posted. That turned out to be an automatic gratuity on a cancelled reservation. By checkout, they drained savings and even got slapped with a $100 service fee after complaining. Twitter blew up when Wynn quietly raised drink prices 15% overnight, catching even staff off guard. Of course, the games match the stinginess. Wynn's slot machines are notoriously tight. Some high rollers joke about a secret no-win mode. Blackjack is locked at 6-5, and many craps tables refuse the 3-2 odds found elsewhere. Wynn's loyalty program, Win Insider, looks fancy, but points vanish faster than a Vegas sunset. Even Wynn's famed fountain show is just another choreographed distraction, while your cash disappears. Wynn Las Vegas may feel like paradise, but to your bank account, it's starting to feel like hell. And if you think Wynn is greedy, brace yourself. The next stop might bleed you more. Venetian Resort, Italy's spirit on the Strip. But your euro is toast. By day, it's a romantic gondola ride. By night, it's a cash vacuum. A former Venetian pit manager confessed, this place was built to squeeze tourists. Give 'em romance, then hit 'em with fees out of nowhere. Venetian rooms might start at $199 advertised, but tack on the $55 nightly resort fee, plus tax, and you're near $300 before play. Add $15 for parking and $20 for phone or Wi-Fi, and that honeymoon suite starts to look like a high-interest loan from Caesar. One Newlyweds TripAdvisor review captures the heartbreak. We booked a suite to live out our Venetian fantasy, but came home penniless. They arrived expecting romance, but left noting surprise fees. $60 for parking, $15 internet, random $20 service charges. The bride tearfully recounted, I thought we'd be floating home on money. Instead, we floated our last dollars into someone else's bank account. Their story isn't unique. Other visitors found mold in bathrooms, broken lamps, and sky-high spa bills. One couple reported their elevator stuck, forcing them to pay extra for a special exit fee. A romantic getaway turned into a bureaucratic headache. On such a massive property, even maintenance can slip. Guests complained of leaky plumbing and dusty corners in suites. Venetian may look like an escape, but all roads here lead straight to the cashier's cage. And the gaming floor? More tricks? Venetian slots seem generous at first glance, but insiders say the machines tighten whenever anyone nears a jackpot. Table games add to the sting. Most blackjack tables still offer only 6-5, and high-limit tables are often locked or require impossible buy-ins. The Venetian loyalty program, Grazia, is virtually useless outside the Venetian's own shops and buffets. Real comps or discounts require insane gambling levels. With each step, Venetian reminds you it's been designed by the tourist trade, or as some say, by your bank account. And if you thought romance was expensive, wait until you see the total bill. The Venetian may bring the fountains, but each splash drains more cash. Ready for number 6? Coming up, a Vegas icon whose charm hides a price tag you'll never forget. Cosmopolitan, flashy, hip, and built to kill your budget. The Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas may be the new kid on the strip, but it's loaded with old-school traps. A former cocktail server spilled the beans. Every perk comes at a price. Need a sip of water? That's $10 here. They'll swap a $55 nightly resort fee. Over $60 with tax on your stay, plus $25 for valet. Order a pizza at 2 a.m. and one staffer admits we just tack $50 automatically. Even the cheapest snack feels expensive. Guests have lit into Cosmo online, went for the rooftop pool, came out with a $300 parking bill, one fumed. Another, our $70 steak dinner had a $20 surprise service fee tacked on. Travelers call the fees an organized racket. One couple was stunned to see a $25 convenience charge on a $50 coffee order. Some guests even found moldy towels or discovered their shampoo was rationed by pump. A far cry from what you'd expect at a trendy hotspot. It seems anything pleasant here comes with hidden markups in the fine print. And the games? Just more hustle. Cosmopolitan's tables lure you with low minimums, but that just means more time and money on the floor. Dealers joke Cosmo slots have a secret stop-loss setting. Hit a good streak and the machine suddenly stop paying out. Blackjack plays 6-5 on most tables, and even the poker rooms make you share your good streaks. Marquee rewards might look tempting, but points often vanish before you can spend them. Cosmo might be the new kid, but it empties pockets just like the old-timers. Its bright neon lights cover the same old tricks. And believe it or not, the next casino on our list will up the ante even more. Luxor Hotel, a giant pyramid built to swallow your savings. Inside this glowing icon of vintage Vegas, old-school tricks live on. One ex-casino host revealed Luxor's nickname, the Machine Cemetery. The shiny new slots on the strip get swapped out here for tighter, quicker hit machines. A $49 advertised room can cost you over $100 at checkout once you add the $45 nightly resort fee, valet parking, and sneaky taxes. The amenities fee is supposed to cover Wi-Fi and towels, but in reality, it's just more padding on your bill. A Vacationer's Tale sums it up. We booked Luxor because it was cheap, but it was a nightmare, one traveller vented online. They arrived to see the resort fee already tacked on. I tried to pay with a $100 bill, and even family trips can sour fast. One mum posted that her kids found something crawling under the bed, and she still had to pay the room bill. Even the games are part of the hustle. Luxor slots are notoriously tight. Dealers joke you might see a payout only if you stay until dawn. The tables aren't generous. Blackjack still pays 6 to 5, and even some craps tables run on gambler-unfriendly odds. Loyalty points here translate into mere cents on the dollar, hardly worth chasing. By the time you walk out, Luxor feels like an ancient tomb that only wakes to drain you. And trust us, if this pyramid is emptying your wallet, don't unpack yet. The next casino has traps so wild they'd make a mummy scream. The Strat Casino. Towering frills that will empty your wallet. The iconic needle looms overhead, but even staff admit the real height here is in the fees. The Strat, formerly Stratosphere, charges a $50 nightly resort fee, about $57 with tax. Parking, $20 per night. Want the Skypod thrill rides? Another $25 just to walk in the door. That $30 room suddenly feels like a mirage once you add it all up. We love the view, a former dealer laughed, but we love charging for it even more. In fact, the Strat reported it banks millions a year from resort fees and parking alone. Guests are furious online. One TripAdvisor review fumed, fees at the Strat are ridiculous. $20 just to park, $50 resort fee, and half the attractions were closed. Another complained a promised free parking turned into $20 at the booth. Even coupon deals on the tower ride come with bait-and-switch fine print. Guests also note the grime, worn carpets in the elevator and cigarette butts on the grounds. Families compared the circus theme to a haunted house. A photo of a creepy broken clown animatronic went viral. It was nice enough that even it can't hide how much you're spending. On the casino floor, it's more of the same squeeze. The Strat slots are older and they pay even less. Blackjack is still 6 to 5 on wins, and their craps tables are far scarcer than at the strip mega casinos. The rewards program, essentially non-existent. Locals avoid the Strat for its sagging odds. Even the haunted past of the Strat, a deadly fire in 2007, recurring controversies, is overshadowed by the new one, draining customers dry. The Strat stands tall, but it's a horizontal robbery. So if you think this skyscraper has the highest ups, remember our tour. Vegas isn't to blame, the model is. Aria Resort, the high-tech jewel of the strip, hides some old tricks. This modern marvel boasts smart rooms and sleek design, but it quietly sneaks fees into every corner. A former valet quipped, at Aria, the only upgrades you get are the ones on your bill. Even a modest room rate around $50 becomes over $120 once you tack on the $50 nightly resort fee plus taxes. Add another $20 for valet parking and hidden amenity charges. Fancy an extra pillow? Expect a service charge. Aria's layers of technology can't hide how aggressively it upsells everything. Guest reviews reveal the sting. Booked a $50 room, owed $200 after mysterious charges. One traveller raged. Another wrote about losing $1,000 at the slots and not even earning a comp meal. Aria's restaurants pull the same ploy. One diner was stunned to see a surcharge tacked onto a $100 dinner. Complaints pile up. Nothing seems truly included. One couple found a $15 bed tax on their $200 bill after tipping the housekeeping. Another noted that asking for help with room service resulted in a delivery fee. The app promises perks, but visitors often find the fine print hides every cost. On the casino floor, things aren't any friendlier. The technology-driven Aria still plays by old casino rules. Dealers say blackjack is locked at 6 to 5, and craps tables will limit odds just like everyone else. Many slot machines have features that seemingly deactivate just as you win a big hand. By the end of your stay, Aria feels more like a robo-casino programmed to drain players. But hold on, this high-tech hustle isn't even the worst you'll hear about. Our final stop takes Las Vegas's tricks to another level. Circus. Vegas's bargain basement might still haunt your wallet. Don't be fooled by carnival games and clowns. Insiders say this family resort nickels and dimes you at every turn. Even here, there's a nightly resort fee. Around $35 on top of the cheap rate. That $29 room becomes $70 by checkout. One fired employee joked, "We even charge kids for cotton candy seats." I'm kidding, but it feels that way. But the fees are no joke. TripAdvisor threads are brutal. One parent raged, "We found a used bandage on the carpet and still had to pay to park." Another wrote, "They charged $15 for parking even though I was checking in at midnight. The sign was hidden." Guests report dingy carpets, broken elevators, and sticky carnival rides with even stickier ads for huge jackpots. Children's laughter can't drown out complaints like mold in the pool or stale popcorn in the buffet. One reviewer said the infamous $5 cheeseburgers were so bad even their toddler wouldn't touch them. And don't expect easy wins here. Circus's slot machines rarely hit. More tears than jackpots, as one dealer admitted. Table games are minimal. Blackjack still pays 6 to 5, and you'd be lucky to find any worthwhile odds on dice. The loyalty points? Basically worthless. By the time you limp out, Circus feels more like an abandoned sideshow. Funhouse mirrors hiding your empty pockets. In the end, none of these casinos is some mysterious villain out to ruin you personally. They're all part of the same system. Vegas isn't the villain. The business model is.